I'm Tracy Baxter with today's edition of Record Newswatch. An arrest has been made for the bank robbery that triggered a massive search and brief lockdown of schools in the village of Chester back on November 1st. Police have confirmed the arrest of 36-year-old Daryl Dolson of Washingtonville for the robbery of the Key Bank branch on Brookside Avenue in the village. Authorities say Dolson walked into the bank and displayed something that could have been a weapon, then ran off with an undisclosed amount of cash. Village of Chester police teamed up with state police investigators in the manhunt. Dolson was arrested after being picked up in the Kingston area Monday night. The trial of the man accused of fatally stabbing a security guard at an Ulster County rehab center in October is expected to be tried for his crimes next spring. 25-year-old Richard Giga is back in Ulster County Jail without bail following his indictment on charges of second-degree murder and assault. Giga was a patient at the facility and is charged with killing security guard Lee Wood during a violent altercation at the Renaissance Drug and Rehabilitation Center in Wawarsing. He's also charged with stabbing a nurse during his unsuccessful getaway. A City of Newburgh man has filed a guilty plea in connection with the shooting death of his 10-year-old stepson back in August. 51-year-old Robert Gooding pleaded guilty to a felony weapons possession charge in Orange County Court this morning. The boy, Brandon Scandrette, was with his two stepbrothers, ages 6 and 8, when he was accidentally shot while the boys were playing with an illegally owned handgun they'd found in an apartment at 51 Chambers Street in Newburgh. Police say Gooding had left the pistol in a bag in the apartment. Prosecutors are recommending a 10-year prison sentence when Gooding returns to a Goshen courtroom January 6th. Roland Jack Auslander is back in the news. He's the 71-year-old man who stuffed his dead 98-year-old mother in his freezer at his Cooks Falls home. The woman, Herta Auslander, had died of natural causes. Jack Auslander was sentenced to 6 months in Sullivan County Jail last November. He pleaded guilty to grand larceny and defrauding Social Security, charges that were filed after it was determined that he continued to cash his dead mother's Social Security checks and forged her signature. Auslander was scheduled to appear in court today for a probation hearing. Reporter Leonard Sparks will have any new developments here at Record Online and in tomorrow's Times-Herald Record. Lame duck Governor Patterson has called members of the state legislature back to Albany for a special session this Monday, but it's not known how many lawmakers will show up or if any budget-cutting action will be taken to deal with the state's financial deficit. There's been no movement on a state budget deficit reduction plan to this point. The state's deficit is at least $315 million, but other financial analysts have pegged it closer to $1 billion. And the Thanksgiving holiday will be a little brighter for hundreds of Middletown families, thanks to the folks at RECAP, the Regional Economic Community Action Program. On Tuesday, about 500 turkeys, along with potatoes, squash, fruit, and cider, were given out at RECAP Smith Street headquarters in Middletown to those meeting the Anti-Poverty Agency's low-income requirements. Many of those helping out during the food basket giveaway are recipients of RECAP programs, including daycare and home weatherization. RECAP officials say many of the recession's newest victims are people with low-income jobs who are now unable to live paycheck to paycheck and need RECAP's help to put food on the table. There's not much to be thankful for when it comes to our Thanksgiving Day weather forecast. It'll be cloudy and rainy Thursday, with the highs reaching only into the low 40s. And there could be a little sleet or light snow in the higher elevations. Black Friday doesn't look that much better for all you shoppers. More clouds and rain likely, with temperatures reaching the mid-40s. Make Record Online your source for all the breaking news and pick up a copy of the Times-Herald Record for a complete look at all the day's developments. For all of us here at the Record, have a happy and safe Thanksgiving.